We're in Diepsloot, a township just outside Johannesburg. 50 kilometres away is Soccer City, where the grand opening ceremony and the final itself of the 2010 World Cup will take place. But we could be in another world. Security is a huge business in South Africa. The affluent live in secure compounds, fenced off, invisible from the streets. But in the poorest communities, a more basic and brutal form of law and order is in place.
Crime is the main issue here.
How does the community here protect itself?
Well, the community, they take the law into their own hands just because they don't have trust in the police. Because what happens is, in most cases, they apprehend someone, they hand him over to the police. After 2 days, that person is out, he's on the street. And that angers the community.
So what does that result in?
It results in mob justice. Yeah, when they suspect someone, they grab him, they put a tie around him, petrol, they set the light.
So they're burning people alive?
Yeah, they burn him alive. They burn him alive. They can do anything. They can pelt him with stones, sharp objects, until the person becomes unconscious and set him alight.
During the day, there's lots of people around here. There's men, women, kids, shops, people walking down the street, smiling faces. When night descends, what happens?
When night descends, it's dangerous. The future isn't good as such for people who live here, because also we are shortage of basic services here. So there will be a strong protest that has been organized. It's in the pipeline.
So what do you think will happen there?
Oftentimes it tends to be violent. It tends to be violent.
Why do you think there's such an association between politics and violence?
Well, in the past, that was the only strategy that the ANC used to fight the previous regime. That's why they used to resort to toy on the streets, and they used to resort to tire burnings, and that has grown roots in people, and that's how they express their anger.
So what about this influx of Zimbabweans coming into South Africa from Mugabe's mess?
There are quite a lot. What they do is, at the border, they jump the fence, and there's a truck outside waiting for them, and that is a transporter, and he takes them down to South Africa. And when they get here in Diepsloot, what happens is they get locked in a shack. Maybe they could be in a total number of 20 or 15. They're not free to come and go out of the shack unless such a time when money is paid is when that person will be opened up from the shack to go.
So they're locked in there?
They get locked in there, and there's also a small bucket that is used as a toilet latrine for them. And sometimes it happens that there's women amongst them. Yeah, and incidents of sexual abuse have been reported to the police. Yeah.
And so they came here to South Africa for a better life? Mm-hmm. Wow.
There's a lot that will happen after the World Cup. You remember last year in May we had the xenophobia issue. Yeah. I suspected that after the World Cup it will still happen. It will still happen. People now play it cool just because, they want to protect the World Cup. Yeah, and they don't want to portray South Africa as a bad nation. But it is in the lips of people. They still speak about it.